Hey everyone, it's Morgan and welcome back to my channel. So, as we all know, the new year is coming up. Happy 2018. Can't wait. 18 is one of my favorite numbers. 18 is my favorite number. So I'm kind of just praying this will be a good year. Just let me believe. Anyway, 2017 was a long year for me, but unfortunately it wasn't that great of a drawing year. I feel like I accomplished a lot with my drawings. Like, there was a lot of drawings I was proud of, but towards the end I definitely slacked off, and I'm totally guilty about that. But the only thing I didn't like about this year, drawing-wise, was that I didn't produce a lot. But I guess this can get into the argument of the whole quantity over quality thing. I do believe these are more quality drawings, but there just wasn't that many of them. And I'm okay that the quantity was smaller than past years, but I just feel like I could have done more. In front of me right here, I have 5 of my favorite sketchbooks, I guess. Like, these are the ones that I would go straight to for when I have, like, a drawing idea. I would either go to these 2 tone gray sketchbooks or the 3 little ones I have here of regular white paper. This one ended up being filled up, so these 2 I kind of treated the same. If I wanted a smaller sketchbook that was still white paper, I would turn to these ones. And let's just get right into it. This is my first one. Put this little tab where the 2017 starts. I do believe I start with a Pokemon drawing. Yes, I do. So my first drawing in here from 2017, I think this was from January. I always write the date in the corner right here. I know I had it, but I ended up erasing it. But I really think this was either from like January or February of 2017. And this was just my little fan art of all the evolutions, because I really liked Eevee when I was really into Pokemon. Next was the human heart drawing. That was a video on YouTube. It was my video on how to use charcoal and ink together, I believe. I did like this one a lot. It is very, very messy, though, so I don't want to touch it that much at all, because it's going to get all over me. It was all over me when I did it, obviously. It was up my forearm. I didn't even know that could happen. I finished the drawing and I go in the bathroom and wash my hands, and my entire arm is black. How? I have no idea. Next was the kiwi. This is supposed to be turned sideways. This was also a video. It was just a speed paint, though. It was maybe like 5 minutes long. It was one of my very, very early videos. Still pretty proud of it, though. It was done with Copic markers and gel pen, a little bit of colored pencil. This was my challenge video. It's kind of obvious. 1 minute, 10 seconds. I love this video. It was so simple, but so silly. And it was one of the first, actually, I think it was the first challenge video I did, so I was pretty happy to just expand the videos a little bit, because this was one of the first videos I did. I'm talking a little too fast for myself. This was one of the first videos I did that wasn't a time-lapse. And anything that's not a time-lapse I feel is more of a quality video, because if I'm speaking in it, I feel like I can connect with you guys more, and you can connect with me more. So I definitely prefer the videos that I talk in. And this was one of the first ones, yay! And sideways again is the sea turtle. This was another time-lapse that was up on YouTube. I was pretty proud of this one. But my favorite part about it was that I feel like the media liked it even more than I did. And whenever that happens, it just makes me feel really good about myself. A drawing that I wasn't super proud of, that other people love, makes me feel more proud of it. I had a friend that really liked turtles, and she really liked this drawing, and it made me feel really special. Next was the butterfly. I believe this one is also on YouTube. Once I started YouTube, which was maybe around like May or April last year. I'm sorry, this year. May or April 2017. I started my channel this year. If you click on the information in my channel, it'll say that I started it in like 2014, 2015 or something. But that's just when I made the channel. I made the channel, never posted anything. I just made it to make it. Around May, April of this year is when I started posting things. So over here, most of these drawings are going to have been YouTube videos, but there are some new stuff. There is some new stuff, so it's not all bad. This one wasn't a video, I know that. This is just simple ink on a flower. I really liked this one. And I had a friend who really, really liked sunflowers, and she loved it. And her telling me how much she loved it made me feel even better about it, you know? I'm sorry that I keep moving this sketchbook. I need to move this little blue cube right here. I have a blue cube on my desk that keeps pushing my sketchbook away from me, and it's super annoying, and I just fixed that problem, so we're good now. Yeah. Next was, okay, something that my friend did in here. That's why you don't leave your sketchbook with other people. Actually, the sketchbook is done here, because in the back, I'll probably end up using it again later, but in the back I did spill a little bit of water in it, so the pages towards the end are wavy on the sides. And whenever I start drawing, I don't want it to be on wavy paper. I want the best quality paper. Let us move into the big tone gray sketchbook now. These sketchbooks don't have a lot in them, which is a little bit upsetting, but there's still some things in it. This was the sketchbook that I bought this year, so everything in it is from this year. But I really think I only got into like maybe 10 pages in it, if that, so just a little warning now. Here's the first one. This does have the date on it right here. It's from February. I don't know if you guys can actually see that. My bad. It was all graphite and charcoal. The back here, I'm not going to touch it because I really don't feel like having gray hands, is charcoal powder that I spread with a paintbrush. And then the flower itself is white charcoal, black charcoal in the middle here, and graphite in between. Next is another sunflower that is all Prismacolor colored pencils. This was one of the first drawings that I did with my colored pencils. I'm sure some of you might recognize it. I followed a different YouTuber's video for it because I was trying to get a feel for the colored pencils, and I wanted to watch somebody else do it first so I could kind of mimic them and get the feel, you know, and then start expanding by myself. Next is this tulip that was my first ever YouTube video. This was a time-lapse that was only 54 seconds long, but I love this drawing simply because it was what started off my YouTube channel. And at the time I was proud of it because as soon as the video was up, I was like, oh my god, look, there's something on the internet that I made, I edited that. And even though it was unbelievably crappy, it was still something that I did and something that I didn't think I would do. And yeah, that all started from here. I didn't follow a video, I just had a picture of a flower. I had a reference picture of just a simple tulip, and then me with my brand new pencils is like, I got this! Next was the fish. Let me turn this real quick. This goldfish is a video. It was just another time-lapse that I think this was a bit of a longer one. The more time-lapses I put up, I realized that I needed videos to be slightly longer. So then I started making the time-lapses longer, but they were still just time-lapses with music on them, like it wasn't all that special. Next is the daffodil. That was another time-lapse on here. This was the first video that I wasn't too proud of. It was a bit longer, but I ended up getting my head in the way of the camera, like, a lot. And you can see, like, the whole top of my head and my glasses and not the drawing, and I'm like, wow, good job, Morgan. All you see is yourself. But I am proud of it in a sense of the colored pencil usage, because I did think that there was some good blending and everything. And it was one of my firsts, so seeing something that I could feel comfortable enough with presenting to other people that came out of my hand with a new medium that I was kind of intimidated to use just made me feel really happy. Next were these flowers. If you can't tell, I really like drawing flowers. This was another one of the first videos I ever made with my voice in it, and I was extremely proud of this video. Not as much the drawing, there's a couple things that I would like to fix with this drawing, but I was really proud of the way the video was performing, that's the word. Because this was the first video I ever had that became pretty popular. Now, I'll show you when it comes up, but now I have a different video that's more popular. But this was, I guess, what you could say, my big break, because this was the first one that I saw an actual decent number of views, and it made me realize, oh my god, this could be a real thing for me. Here is the infamous watermelon drawing. This is where the majority of my subscribers come from. So if you came from this drawing, let me know in the comments, because I'm actually pretty excited to see how this works. This was the video that was about Prismacolor colored pencils by themselves, and this video was my best performing video so far. And every day when I check on it, the number of views make me so happy. Next is, this might be the last thing in this sketchbook. This was a tribute that I drew for Japan, if you can't tell. Because a year ago, from the date I drew this, I went to Japan with my sister and our favorite art teacher. And going to Japan has always been my dream. A couple years ago, I dreamed of growing up and living in Japan, getting my own apartment, just the silly little things. And August 4th of 2016 was my plane ride to Japan. So this year, on August 3rd, 2017, I wanted to draw something just to show how much I enjoyed it and how much I miss it, because that trip was really a life changer. We were there for a week, and that was probably the best week of my life. I've never had so much fun. I've never experienced so many things. And I shared all those experiences with my sister, who I deeply care for. The whole thing was just amazing. I could talk about Japan for hours, so I'm going to stop right here right now. Pretty sure it's the last thing. Yes, it is. Now we're going to move on to the little white sketchbook. This sketchbook is extremely old. The first drawing in it is absolutely awful. It's from 2013. So I put a little thing here. The first drawing in this is the Cheshire Cat, but it's from 2016. This is my YouTube icon. I'm pretty sure you can recognize it, considering it's in every thumbnail and is also my profile picture. But yeah, it was a drawing that I then scanned and edited onto some YouTube stuff. This is my little realism challenge. Doesn't look too great unless you put the actual nail polish bottle next to it. It was my second challenge video I've ever done. Had a lot of fun doing it. No, I think this one was my first one. I think the speed challenge was the second challenge video. Anyway, here is a little light bulb with some fish in it, made from ink. This one is not a YouTube video, so here we go, surprises. Then this dragonfly. This is also not a video. My mother really likes this drawing, that makes me happy. This is something that I drew the day before my birthday. It's supposed to look like a skull, but I guess some people didn't pick up on that. I posted it on Instagram with a caption that was supposed to signify that there's something else in the picture, and everyone I talked to did not notice. So, in case you can't tell, these two big flowers are the eyes, these two leaves are supposed to be the little nose hole, and then all these little flowers here are supposed to look like the teeth. This was just something little, but I wanted to post something on my birthday, so this is what came out. And then this is where I started my Inktober drawings. If you watch my Inktober videos, you probably recognize them. This is, I think, only the first few are in here. And the second little white sketchbook I have is all Inktober drawings. So I'm just going to flip through these pretty quickly because there is a whole video about them. If you're interested, you can go check those out instead. If I could flip the page, that would be fantastic. This was the last one in here because the ink bled through a whole lot. And I actually did have something underneath here because I expected it to bleed through. I mean, this was straight ink, but it bled through the paper I had and like 5 more papers. So that's where this sketchbook ended. And then the next one we have is the other little white papered one, and this is all Inktober, so I'm also just gonna breeze through these ones. Because like I said, there's a whole video about it. I have an entire Inktober flip through. Oh, I did not. And yeah, if you know anything about Inktober, these all have prompts with them. They all have like adjective prompts. And I had little like cards that had all the prompts on them that I would take pictures of these drawings next to. Like if I was taking a picture of this one, I would have the little card that said the prompt on it. But they were just little pieces of index card that I cut out. So I didn't write it directly in the sketchbook. This one is my favorite one from Inktober. So if these drawings make 0 sense to you right now, there is a prompt. And they will make sense if you check out that video. I think there's only a couple more. Some of them are a little on the crappy side, but that's because I was seriously stressing out for this challenge, because it's a 31-day challenge, my bad, that you are supposed to do one drawing every day for, and I was behind from the start, so towards the end, I was seriously panicking. If you look in the date, almost all of these are from October 31st, like the very last second I was doing these. This is the last one for here, and then the rest of this should be blank. And then, moving on to our final sketchbook, is another tone gray sketchbook. And although the first drawing isn't from this year, it's an apple. This is the drawing I did last year on New Year's. So I'm going to include it in this video, even though it is from 2016, because this is kind of what kind of signified my change in style. I used to do a lot of cartoon drawings and stuff like that. I use my Copic markers all the time for flat color. But I got my Prismacolor pencils for Christmas last year. So this is the first drawing I ever did with my pencils. And Honestly, I burnished the hell out of it, but I was proud of it because it was the first thing that I thought looked semi-decent from my new materials. And I posted this on Instagram with a whole long paragraph about something that I barely remember, but I do know this was very meaningful to me last year, so I just wanted to give it a little show on the old YouTube, because this is not on YouTube. This was probably recognizable from another art channel, because like I said, when I first got my pencils, I was trying to follow along with other people and get a feel for them. I know a lot of people have recreated this drawing. This is a drawing that I'm extremely proud of, actually. My first drawing kick was realism, and I loved it so much. It was a huge time investment. Drawings for realism took me hours upon hours, but God, do I love the results. The only thing I'm sad about is that I don't do this very often anymore. And honestly, I really think it's because I'm just kind of in a rut right now. I'm in a pretty dark area and that I'm trying to get out of, and I just can't sit down and invest all my time into drawing as much as I'd like to. Drawings like these are big commitments because they take forever. It's so much tedious work. And although I love the results, for some reason I just can't motivate myself enough to sit down and do them. That's probably gonna be my New Year's resolution this year, is to get back into realism because God, do I love it. And I thought I was getting semi-decent at it too. Here's a Little Mermaid tail that I did just for more colored pencil practice. Here's a little panda. This was a YouTube video, I know that. These are my strawberries. This was one of the only time lapse I have that ever grew kind of popular on YouTube. This was probably the first video that I really enjoyed putting up because it was one of my earlier videos, so the editing is quite poor. But it was the first one that I got like comments on that people enjoyed seeing, and this one made me really happy because I wasn't that proud of these strawberries. I just thought they were half decent. And even on my Instagram I posted it and my friends were commenting saying how good they looked, and like my parents were showing their friends and their friends were saying, oh my goodness, the strawberries are my favorite, the strawberries are my favorite. So it's kind of like a little eye-opener that just made me so happy. Because I didn't think they were that good. When I was drawing them, I was like, man, I really envisioned a better drawing for this. And my mom looks at it and she goes, how'd you get them to look so shiny? And I'm like, you think they look shiny? Which made me happy. Oh, that is it's all in here. Well, I guess that's it for my 2017. As you can tell, there was a lot of this that was on YouTube, because YouTube became a big part of my life this year. I really enjoyed doing it. And since I don't draw as often as I'd like to, I film almost everything I draw because I want to get some videos up for you guys and just edit and work my way up. So, biggest thing from 2017 is that I'm proud of myself for moving into a more realistic style because I did very much enjoy that. Unfortunately, there's a lot of realism that I did in late 2016 that I wanted to show, but it doesn't technically fit into this year. So maybe I'll include that in a future video about my past drawings, but this is basically what my 2017 looks like, and it's not too bad. Towards the end, I did a lot of stuff on loose paper. I can bring out this real quick, which was my last video, and we also have the right hand, left hand challenge, like little things like that I did for YouTube. I have on loose paper. They're not in these 5 sketchbooks, but since these 5 sketchbooks were like my core sketchbooks from this year, I just decided to flip through these 5. Well, let me know which drawings were your favorite or which drawings you'd like to see similar things to, because I am all open to suggestion right now. I'm really trying to become more comfortable with my drawing style, and I'm really, really trying to get back into it. I'm trying to get more motivated to sit down and do these big, long projects because, to be honest, the last drawing that I did that I was very proud of was the watermelon, and that was something that I posted for the 4th of July, which was 6 months ago. So, kind of annoying to say out loud, but I haven't really been proud of anything since 6 months ago. That's just because a lot of things have happened since then, and I just haven't been able to find this motivation that I need again. But like I said, that's my goal. I'm gonna get it back, I swear. So I know this was a bit of a longer video, and I'm thankful for any of you guys that stuck through until the very end. And I would also like to tell you all I have a very happy holiday, have a great new year, and let me know what your New Year's resolutions are, if they're related to drawing, because basically all of my resolutions are related to drawing. There's a lot of stuff I'm ready to improve on, and I'm really hoping that 2018 is a better year for me personally and for my drawing career. So, thank you guys all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Happy holidays!